I'm thinking of a new political book, Roy Cooper and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Election Day. Cooper kept his job, but the rest of the story just didn't play out as the left planned and paid for. As a result, Cooper's going to limp into his second term with fewer Democrat state lawmakers, no new Democrat members of the Council of States, and fewer Democrat judges at the appeals court. He'll have fewer Democrat justices on the state Supreme Court to uphold his rule by executive fiat form of governance we've had to suffer through this year. Cooper's victory had no coattails. He didn't deliver North Carolina to Joe Biden, nor to Chuck Schumer, which means nationally, the Democrats won't control the U.S. Senate, despite spending over $400 million in select races, including North Carolina. It didn't work, as the Forbes headline says. Voters rejected the left's absurd plans of getting rid of the Electoral College, abolishing the police, packing the court, raising our taxes, eliminating school choice, and rewriting the nation's history. The blue wave never materialized, and that's especially true in North Carolina. Again, Cooper won. But even with more than $20 million, he couldn't muster as many votes as incumbent Republican Ag Commissioner Steve Troxler. He raised about $500,000 to secure his reelection and his spot as the state's top vote getter. And congratulations to Mark Robinson, North Carolina's first black lieutenant governor. He withstood an $8.5 million onslaught from Michael Bloomberg to prop up his Democrat opponent. It didn't work. Another bright spot for Republicans was challenger Aaron Paré, who defeated incumbent Democrat Sidney Batch in House District 37 in southern Wake County. Paré won even though Batch bested her by nearly $800,000 in fundraising. You may remember Batch. She was the subject of one of my videos for her dishonest mail piece. A pleasant surprise for Republicans was the judiciary. They ran the table in statewide races, including all 5 appellate court races and at least 2 Supreme Court seats. They are holding a very narrow margin in the Chief Justice race right now. And if those numbers hold, instead of a 7-0 progressive left-dominated state Supreme Court, the Democrats will have a fragile 4-3 majority, despite their 2-1 fundraising advantage. For Cooper and Democrats, it wasn't supposed to end this way. 2020 was the year the left would take control of North Carolina. Big donors from across the country poured hundreds of millions of dollars into the state, so Democrats would be in charge of redrawing state legislative and congressional districts in order to ensure political power for the next decade, maybe 2. It didn't work. Cooper will have some explaining to do to his financial overlords, and he probably won't get any help from Democrat Party Chair Wayne Goodwin. He already announced he won't run for another term as head of the state party, and that's on the heels of his loss to win back his old taxpayer-funded job as state insurance commissioner. Yep, it was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day for Democrats in North Carolina, but a great day for freedom. Now, if you have feedback for me, email me at therightAOC@johnlocke.org. And for all your post-election analysis, visit carolinajournal.com and johnlocke.org. While you're there, please consider an investment in freedom so we can continue to bring you the information you need to make wise public policy decisions. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay informed.